Alright, so in this video I'm going to talk to you guys very quickly about the release date of Call of Duty World War II Zombies DLC 2 and all the other DLCs in general, because that was not a word. I honestly believe that all the DLCs are going to be pushed up significantly because of Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and other factors as well, and I'm going to explain why. But Call of Duty Black Ops 4 being the very main thing, and then we have another thing coming up very soon affecting specifically the the DLC 2 release date, and it would kind of just fit in overall perfectly. So I'm not saying that anything here is confirmed, because it's not. I'm not saying that they're going to follow what I'm saying, but if they did follow what I'm saying, one, it would be smart for them, and two, it would be great for me, honestly, but it would be great for everybody else. But I'm not speculating what I'm about to say because it would be good for me. I honestly have proof, and you're going to see why, or I have some nice evidence onto why they can go down this route. Like, I'm not just saying, oh, I'm off from school, this would be a really nice time. I actually have some valid reasons onto why I think the DLCs could release earlier, and specifically DLC 2 in general. So with DLC 2s, with previous Call of Duties, we have the early slates and we have the late slates. Now, usually in the last 3 years, the early slate is like the first week of April, and then I have a hair on my tongue. The late slate is like the middle of, like, the middle or early part of late April. So that being this year, that would be the early slate being Tuesday, April 3rd and Thursday, April 5th. That would be the early slate. Then the middle to late would be Tuesday, April 17th or Thursday, April 19th. And those are pretty far away. That's a whole month from now, alright? And if it releases then, that's fine, okay? They can always go a little bit earlier with DLCs 3 and 4, but I don't think they're going to do it. Like I said, Bo4 does conflict with the World War II DLCs, and I'll explain why in a second. But if they really wanted to, they could start with DLC 3 and 4, but I don't think they will because of one other thing, and that's Easter. Easter happens to fall perfectly on Sunday, April 1st this year, and with that, everybody in Catholic school and everybody in public school, at least in New York City, and I'm willing to bet it's like this in every other state in the United States, has off from school for a whole week, which means that that's a whole week of people just playing video games, or anybody who has a PlayStation 4 playing video games and just having fun with their friends, right? And especially for those people who love zombies and just Call of Duty in general, but they're a little bored of what we got right now, this would be a huge opportunity to try to grab them back. Because if they're bored and maybe they're playing Fortnite and they love Fortnite, but they see a brand new Zombies DLC is out and they're off from school and they have plenty of time to play Fortnite later, they might hop on Call of Duty for the first time ever, start warming up, buy that DLC, and play with their friends because they're just off from school. They have plenty of time to bother their parents about buying the DLC. You know what I'm saying? It would be a perfect cash grab week. Easter Sunday. That would be beautiful as a release date for YouTubers. It would be beautiful as a release date for just the game on YouTube in general, to do well on YouTube, and it would be beautiful for the community as a whole to try to grab us back together, to grasp us back in. I just think that would be the best time for them to release a DLC, especially considering Easter is this week, and most people have off a whole week, or have off a few days at the very least. Obviously not the people at work, they may have off like 1 or 2 days tops, but the people who have school, which is, I would say, a decent amount of people who play Call of Duty and Call of Duty Zombies in general, this would be really good to help try to grab them back into Call of Duty. Not even just DLC 2, just Call of Duty in general, especially if this map's really good. That would be awesome. So that's what DLC 2, and then why am I saying Black Ops 4 is related to this? Because you can just go straight off of Easter, but now if you're looking at Black Ops 4, with Call of Duty Black Ops 4, it releases a whole month earlier this year, as you know, on October 12th, 2018, which means that everything for World War II is going to have to happen a little bit earlier. They're not going to have an Xbox release for a DLC, and then all of a sudden, in like 15 days or 10 days, we have a brand new game coming out. Like, I just don't see them doing something like that. So with that being said, they're going to have to push everything up for World War II up. And along with that, since Black Ops 4 is a brand new game, it's going to also have a brand new multiplayer beta, which is going to have to fall in between the DLCs for Call of Duty World War II, between Call of Duty World War II DLC 2 and DLC 3, or DLC 3 and DLC 4 most likely, and I'll explain why in a second. So if they were going to go the complete route that I'm saying right now, early DLC release in April, meaning that we get an announcement next week, say release April 3rd or Thursday, April 5th, right? After that, 1 month later, on maybe Tuesday, April or May 1st, or Thursday, May 3rd, which would be, like I said, 30 days later. That would work out for them for the Xbox and PC release. That would be good. And then guess what? What happens 15 days into that month? We have just Call of Duty nonstop. Okay, so DLC release in April, Xbox and PC release in May, and then middle of May we have Black Ops 4 announcement, the community event where they unveil a whole bunch of things about Black Ops 4. So just constant Call of Duty. Then at the end of May we got a DLC announcement again. And guess what? In June, early June, keep in mind, we get an announcement for Call of Duty World War II DLC 3. Late May we get the announcement for World War II DLC 3. Then early June we get the actual release. So say June 5th or June 7th. That's kind of like the first week of June that has a Tuesday and a Thursday. And then if we go back into July, this is when the multiplayer beta would fall, because this is after the this would be after the DLC release for World War II. So now it would be Xbox territory for the actual DLC release in July. So okay, PS4 gets it in June, Xbox gets it in July, and halfway through July, what could happen now? It's a dead period. We have a brand new zombies map. Maybe not a dead period. Okay, so say World War II is doing really good, but the map's been out for a decent amount of time. It may have just came out on Xbox, but it's been out for a decent amount of time. People are looking for something new. Well, we got a brand new Call of Duty game coming out in October, and guess what? That multiplayer beta has to fall a little bit earlier than usual. I believe the betas usually fall in August, so instead it's going to fall in July, right after that second World War II DLC release. So this would be a DLC 3 release for PS4 and for Xbox One and PC. Like I said, the PS4 release would be in June, Xbox release in July. Middle of July we get the Bo4 beta, and then in August we get DLC 4 for Call of Duty World War II. In September, we get DLC 4 for World War II on PS4 and on PS4, on Xbox One and PC. And then guess what happens? October 12th, 2018, we get Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Otherwise, if they were to just go by their regular schedule, we wouldn't get the Xbox release of DLC 4 until October 2nd or October 4th or October 9th or October 11th, a day before Bo4 releases, which is just not going to happen. So regardless of if they go by this actual schedule that I'm saying, which would be really cool if they did, you know, I got everything right, I could say. I don't give a shit about that. Regardless if they go by the schedule, that doesn't really matter. My main point to you is that all the stuff for Call of Duty World War II, in order to make room for Black Ops 4, will have to be pushed up. And the schedule that I just told you right now, give or take a few days, but I am pretty confident that this is what it's going to be for Call of Duty this year, or in 2018. So once again, I'm going to go through it very quickly. I explained why everything was going to happen this way, and now I'm going to just go through it very, very quickly at the end before we end this video off. So okay, it's March 2018. Now I would say next week, Tuesday, March 28th, or Thursday, March 29th, we get a DLC 2 announcement. Then April 3rd, or Tuesday, April 3rd, or Thursday, April 5th, we get a DLC 2 release for World War II, DLC 2 on PS4 and on just PS4. Then in May we have a DLC 2 release for PC and Xbox One on either May 1st or May 3rd. Then on May 17th we have the Black Ops 4 official community event, just constant Call of Duty, keep in mind. And then on on May 29th or May 31st we get a a DLC 3 announcement, or maybe even 2 weeks before, or maybe even the first week of March, but just say 2 weeks before, or 1 week before, May 29th or May 31st would be the announcement for DLC 3, and then DLC 3 would release on June 5th or June 7th, 2018, and the latest, latest release date for that would be either June 12th or June 14th. That would be like the very, very middle of June. And then finally in July we have it would be early June, so it's gonna probably either be May 5th or May 7th, and then I'm gonna explain why in a second. Then in July we'll have the Xbox and PC release date of DLC 3, which would be July 3rd or July 5th. And then in the exact middle of July, so beginning we had DLC release, middle of July we have the beta for World War II, which would fall 15 days or 16 days after the release of the DLC. And then in August we have DLC 4 for World War II. In September, or if you want exact dates, probably somewhere around August, maybe August 7th, August 9th, August 14th, or August 16th, I would say the latest. And the same thing goes with the announcement for DLC 4. So the DLC 4 announcement would probably be 1 week before, so it would either be like July 31st, or it would be the first week of August. And then, like I said, we have the August release date, either the 7th or 14th or 9th or 16th. And then finally in September, we have the World War II DLC for Xbox and PC release date. And finally in October, to wrap it up once again, after explaining this 5 times, we will have the official Call of Duty Black Ops 4 release on Friday, October 12th. So that's what I'm honestly thinking is going to happen. If you agree with me, disagree with me, let me know in the comment section. If the video did help you out, or if you enjoyed it in any way, shape, or form, drop it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you guys very, very soon. I'm going to try to stream tonight, so if you want to see that, make sure you tune in. See you later.